You know those people who seem to get everything they want? Like the dream house, the amazing career, the whole 9 yards? Well, YouTuber Amber Shaw says it has nothing to do with luck. She actually calls her method a masterclass. And in this explainer, we're going to break down her exact formula.
Okay, so right off the bat, she makes one thing crystal clear. Her journey from being a broke delivery driver to living this incredible life, totally not an accident. It wasn't something that just fell into her lap. And this is key because it's not that passive, just wish for it kind of thing we hear about all the time. No, she says the secret is way more concrete.
And there it is, just one word, strategy. See, this isn't about magic or wishful thinking. It's about a formula, a step-by-step process that you can actually follow. And that means it's a skill, something anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn. So that's the big question, right? What is this formula? Well, that's exactly what we're here to do. Let's dive in and break down her strategy, step by step.
All right, the first piece of the puzzle, and this is really the foundation for everything else, is something she calls the art of wanting. And look, it sounds simple, but trust me, her approach to this is, well, it's pretty intense. So, step 1. You have to know exactly what you want, and you have to want it without a single apology. Scholl says this is where most people trip up. We're often too scared to even admit our biggest dreams, right? We tell ourselves, oh, that's too unrealistic, or I can never have that. Her strategy says, nope, you have to do the exact opposite.
I mean, this quote says it all. This is a huge mindset shift. Forget being humble about what you want. She basically argues that you need to go big. Embrace the grandeur. You want a castle? Then you better own the fact that you want a castle. Denying that big, wild fantasy? That's mistake number 1.
And when she says specific, she means hyper-specific. We're not talking about, oh, I want a nice house. No. We're talking about knowing her favorite color is gold, or that her style is French neoclassical antiques. Her vision boards aren't just a bunch of pretty pictures. They'll have the exact color of the handbag she's aiming for, sometimes with a literal link to go buy it. The whole point is to make that dream so real you can almost touch it. Okay, so you know exactly what you want. Now what? How do you actually get it? This brings us to the next big piece of her strategy, and it's where she totally redefines a very popular, and let's be honest, a very misunderstood word, manifestation. So look at this comparison. This is so important. The common idea of manifesting is basically just hoping something falls out of the sky. It's passive, but for Scholl, it's the complete opposite. It's believing that the work you're putting in is actually going to pay off. It's an active belief, not a passive wish.
So here's her definition, and it's really a game changer. For her, manifesting is just another name for what has always worked. Hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid belief in yourself. You see, that belief is what creates the action, and it's the action that creates your reality. It's a chain reaction.
And boom, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's a complete shift in thinking. You stop being a passenger waiting for good luck, and you become the driver. You're the one making things happen. Which leads us perfectly into the next part, the action. If belief is the fuel, then what does the engine, the actual action, look like? This is where she says the magic happens. But spoiler alert, it's the magic of good old-fashioned work. I just love this quote. It's so good. The dream, that's the big wish, right? But the action, that's the spell. It's what you do day in and day out that actually makes it real. It's about turning those huge, overwhelming dreams into small, daily, consistent steps.
And here's a perfect real-world example of what she means. Back when she was a Postmates driver, she wanted a pair of shoes that cost $75. For her, at the time, that was a lot. But instead of getting discouraged, she made a simple plan. Just do one extra delivery every single day and put that money aside. That's it. And after just 2 weeks, she bought the shoes. It's this exact same method, this same logic that you can apply to anything, whether it's a pair of shoes or a multi-million-dollar house.
Okay, so we need to talk about this next part, because it's probably the most out there, maybe even controversial piece of her whole strategy. It's a mental framework that she proudly calls the delusional mindset. I mean, she does not pull any punches, right? She completely owns it. And her point is that to achieve things that seem delusional to other people, you have to be a little delusional yourself. It's this crazy, unwavering belief that your biggest, wildest dreams aren't just a possibility, they're an inevitability. And this isn't just talk. This mindset has real-world consequences. There's this famous story where years before she could ever afford it, when she was still a delivery driver, she drove up to this super fancy building in LA,
told the doorman straight up, "I'm going to live here," and then promptly got kicked out. But her belief was so absolute that, you guessed it, a few years later, she actually moved in. The delusion literally became her reality.
And this whole delusional mindset wasn't just in her head. She physically changed her surroundings to match her vision. It was fake it till you make it on a whole other level. We're talking about putting cheap jewelry into real Tiffany boxes just to feel it, or using fake designer bags for years. And my favorite example, she installed these cheap peel and stick fake marble tiles in her old apartment, just so she could practice what it would feel like to walk on her future dream floors. It's like she was rehearsing for the life she knew she was going to have.
So let's recap. We've got knowing what you want, this action-based version of manifestation, and this wildly delusional mindset. It sounds like a perfect, foolproof recipe for getting everything you want 100% of the time. But there's a final twist here, and it kind of changes everything. Which leads to the obvious question, doesn't it? After all of this, does this strategy actually work every single time? Does she really get everything she wants?
And here it is, the big reveal. The answer is no. She's super honest about it. She says, the truth is, I don't. Nobody does. It's just life. And honestly, this is such a crucial moment because it makes this whole thing feel so much more real and, frankly, achievable.
See, it's a numbers game. That's the key. She uses this great baseball analogy. We only ever see the home runs, right? The dream apartment, the YouTube success. But what we don't see is that she is out here batting and swinging all day long. It's not about having a perfect record. It's about the sheer volume of attempts.
And this right here, this is the real takeaway of her entire philosophy. The goal of the strategy isn't to guarantee you a 100% success rate. That's impossible. The real power is that it gives you the mindset and the framework to always keep going after it, relentlessly, unapologetically. The victory isn't just in the getting, it's in the going.
So that leaves us with this one final powerful question. It's so easy for our brains to default to, yeah, but what if it doesn't come true, right? We focus on the fear. Her whole strategy is about flipping that script. It dares you to ask a different question, but what if it does? And maybe more importantly, what are you willing to do to find out?